Hello, how are you? Today I brought a wonderful recipe for your health, for your heart, for your prostate, and for your intestines. You're going to love it. These are easy ingredients that you have at home, and we're going to use them in a different way. In fact, I'll give you options to make it sweet or savory to improve your health overall. You're going to love it. Stay with me until the end because you won't want to miss this. If you love easy, quick, and healthy recipes, you're going to love this channel. Go ahead and subscribe, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell to get updates. I have new videos every day. Let's get started. Remember that the ingredients, along with their quantities and nutritional information, are listed below in the description. The recipe is very simple. I'm going to blend these ingredients here in my food processor, and then I'll explain how to consume it. You can use a blender if that's all you have, or if you prefer, but in that case, you'll need to pulse it so everything gets well processed. The first ingredient I have here is Brazil nuts. I don't know if you're already familiar with them or if you eat them. These nuts are among the most amazing out there because they're very rich in selenium. This amount here isn't meant for just one day or one person. It yields several servings for several days. So don't worry, I'll explain it to you later at the end. This selenium is very interesting because it helps reduce the oxidative stress in our bodies. Selenium helps regenerate glutathione peroxidase, which is one of the most powerful antioxidants we have in our bodies, and helps lower the risk of certain diseases, including prostate problems. So it ends up being super healthy and very interesting. The fats and fibers naturally found in Brazil nuts also help better control cholesterol, lower bad cholesterol, raise good cholesterol, and excrete cholesterol through the stool, and in fact, these healthy fats and fibers help make the stool more moist and hydrated, preventing constipation, in addition to supporting intestinal health because of the large amount of antioxidants they already contain. Another ingredient I'm going to add here is pumpkin seeds. You can buy them ready like this, or use the seeds from the pumpkin you have at home, no problem at all. They are very rich in phytosterols, which help improve prostate health and can even help reduce the size of the prostate. So it's very good for men who have an enlarged prostate, benign prostatic hyperplasia. Pumpkin seeds are fantastic and have a pleasant taste. In addition, it contains many minerals that are beneficial for health in a broader sense. It contains a lot of zinc, which is also great for prostate health. It contains a lot of magnesium, which helps with heart health, arteries, regulating blood pressure, and it's very rich in fiber and healthy fats, which also help with cardiovascular health by promoting cholesterol excretion, lowering cholesterol, and also in the intestines, because these fibers and healthy fats, when they reach the intestines, once again help with bowel movements and prevent constipation. Now I'm also going to add my sunflower seeds here, already shelled. This is a question a lot of people ask me. You can buy them already shelled. You need to discard that hard outer part, which is usually what birds eat. Some people have this doubt. It is very rich in vitamin E, and vitamin E is a powerful antioxidant that helps with heart health, supports prostate health, and helps prevent chronic degenerative diseases in the body more broadly. It also helps control cholesterol thanks to its fiber and healthy fats, increasing good cholesterol and lowering bad cholesterol, as well as improving intestinal health. It ends up being very similar to pumpkin seeds. I put both of them here separately because one has a little more vitamin E than the other. But if you only have one of the two, that's not a problem. You can choose to use just one if you prefer. And if you want to buy only one thing, it also ends up being a bit cheaper. Also, if you're a woman watching this video, take the opportunity to send it to a man you care about, someone who is concerned about heart health or prostate health. Sometimes we end up watching these videos and can send them to a father, a husband, or a son. So remember to share this video. I'm still going to add other ingredients here, but first I'm going to blend these because the others I'll just add in without blending. So let's blend until it turns into something like a flour. Blend well until it reaches this consistency here. It looks like coarse sand. See? I didn't want to blend it anymore because otherwise the naturally present oils start to come out and it ends up with a different texture. I'm going to add it here. And finally, I'm going to add chia here, which is also a very anti-inflammatory seed. Fantastic, rich in fiber. It forms a mucilage, helps with satiety, supports intestinal function, helps prevent constipation, is anti-inflammatory, and is good for the heart. And I'm also adding turmeric here, which contains curcumin, one of the most powerful antioxidants and anti-inflammatories that exist. So I'm going to mix all of this together well until it becomes homogeneous. And as I mentioned earlier, we have two different options for consuming this. We can actually use it in both sweet and savory dishes. And optionally, if you prefer, you can even add a few more ingredients to enhance the flavor. I'm just going to mix it and then I'll show you my two versions and you can tell me later which one you prefer. Look, it gets a really interesting texture, and here's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to divide it more or less into two portions. As I mentioned, I'm going to add a little extra to each. Of course, you can already eat it like this if you want. There's no problem at all. But this recipe is very versatile because if you want, you can have it sweet or savory, depending on what you add to it now. But if you make it like this, it still works well. It still works just fine. You can leave it just like this. But I love everything seasoned, you know that. Now I think that's enough, otherwise there won't be much left here. So here's what I'll do. On this one, on one of the two parts, I'm going to add a bit of paprika. Paprika is also rich in lycopene, which is good for prostate health. It's an antioxidant, helps heart health, is anti-inflammatory, and on top of that, it gives a wonderful flavor. And I'm going to add a bit of black pepper, which helps with the absorption of curcumin, improving its bioavailability. So if you want to go for a savory option, this is the one. You can use this mixture on top of beans, on your salad, on vegetables. Tell me, where would you use this savory mix? This is the one here, the redder one. If you want it to be sweeter, I'm not going to add sugar or anything like that. I'll just add a bit of cinnamon. Cinnamon also contains cinnamaldehyde, which is very anti-inflammatory and good for your health. I even have a video here on the channel where I answer in detail whether cinnamon raises blood pressure. Some people worry about that. It doesn't, okay? Cinnamon naturally brings out the sweetness. This mixture here, you can add it to yogurt, sprinkle it over fruit, or even mix it into cakes and cookies. Let me know which version you prefer, or if you're going to make it with a neutral flavor instead. Well, I have a bit of yogurt here. Remember, I have a video on the channel teaching how to make natural yogurt at home. I'll leave it down below in the description, and I'm going to add a bit of this mixture to my yogurt. I'm just going to add 1 spoonful because I think that's really the ideal amount for us to consume, and I'll mix it well. I want to know what you'll be eating this recipe with. Remember to like the video because that really helps me, and share it with anyone who would enjoy it, with anyone who needs it. Let's expand this chain of kindness. That's what I want here with the channel. And now, let's try it. It's really pleasant. It's funny how turmeric also goes well with sweeter foods, like yogurt. It's really good. The texture of the seeds and everything else is very interesting, and the flavor of turmeric with cinnamon is really unique, really delicious. Make it and you're going to love it.